Looks like the unprecedented mass deportation campaign that President Trump had promised is underway. Here in Arizona, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration posted pictures of their efforts to assist with immigration enforcement. Details about the Arizona arrests, like who was detained and how many, were not made available. But these snapshots could be the first of many because federal authorities are now allowed to make arrests in sensitive locations like schools and churches.
We are going to enforce immigration law. We're going to protect the American people.
News of the roundups kicked off a series of protests. Here in Arizona and other U.S. cities, protesters gathered to push back against Trump's tough new immigration policies. Meanwhile, it appears Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs has drawn a line with the new administration. Following the November elections, Hobbs said she was willing to work with Trump on immigration. But last week, Hobbs said the state won't help with the raids.
We're not going to use state resources to go into communities and round up people that aren't causing harm.
But how far will the governor go on immigration enforcement? Last year, voters overwhelmingly passed a host of border policies that the Democratic governor had vetoed. This year, Republican Senate President Warren Peterson introduced a bill to force state and local agencies to cooperate with Trump's immigration measures.
I'm always an optimist. I'm optimistic that if we put it on her desk, that she'll do the right thing. And if she doesn't, then I think Arizonans they're gonna be really unhappy with her.